Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing something that I know quite a few people have been asking me to do for a while now. Brown stew chicken. Finally. If you guys don't know, it's a very popular dish in Jamaica and it's actually not that hard to make. So if you guys enjoy this recipe, please remember to give me a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and I shall see you guys next time. Okie dokie guys, so we're going to start out with our thigh and leg pieces chopped in half. If you watch my curry chicken video, you know that I like to do this for these types of dishes. And that's just how I've always had it, and it tastes different to me. It tastes amazing. So we're going to go ahead and season sea salt. We're going to add in some paprika. We're going to add in ground black pepper, ground pimento, garlic granules, ground ginger, curry powder, just a little bit of curry powder, not too much, mixed herbs, and some gravy browning. You don't have to add in gravy browning if you don't want to, but I do like to. Just remember that the more gravy browning you add in, the darker your chicken will be, so be careful. You don't want it to be literally black. It's not that serious. So we're going to mix that around. I've got my gloves on because you guys know I'm trying to protect my nails. And then we're going to go ahead and chop up our vegetables. So I'm roughly chopping an onion. Drop that in the bowl, and then I'm going to roughly chop some red sweet pepper specifically. They do all slightly taste different between the red, green and yellow variation. And then we're going to add in some carrots, so I'm going to chop that up, and then we're going to go ahead and chop up a tomato. I like to buy salad tomatoes. These are the only ones that I like to eat, but I think any tomato should do. And then we're going to roughly chop a few cloves of garlic. And we're going to drop those bad boys into the bowl, and then we are going to roughly chop some chocho. So remember, when you're doing this, to take out that seed in the middle and also to take off the outer green skin. Then just chop that up and then drop that into the bowl with the rest of all of the lovely nutritious goodness. And then you guys know my bowl is a little bit tight, but you want to do your best to just mix it all around, make sure that everything is covered. You want everything to be touched by all these vegetables and fused with their flavors and all that good stuff. And then I've squashed my scallion off camera, so I'm going to drop that in the bowl because space is tight, so I'm going to put it at the top. And then some fresh thyme, quite a bit of fresh thyme. You know we love fresh thyme in Jamaica. We're going to cover it with cling film, and then we're going to leave it to marinate overnight or for as long as you possibly can, but overnight is always best. And then when you're ready, you want to take out your pot. I've got my beautiful lovely Dutch pot, I just love her so much. Then I'm going to use a measuring cup to measure out some oil, and for this you want to use a lightweight oil. I recommend sunflower or something like that. I don't like coconut oil for stew chicken, I just don't. And then we're going to dust off as much of the vegetables as we possibly can. And we're going to shallow fry the pieces basically until they are crispy on the outside, browned nicely, and they're just looking juicy basically. This step smells so good, like I want to eat the chicken as it is, but obviously it's not cooked properly. We're just like sealing the flavors, and you want to put it into a separate bowl. And then once you've done all the chicken pieces, you want to add in your vegetables into that oil that's got the flavor from the chicken, and so beautiful. It smells so good. You can see that some of the seasoning is slightly burning. That's okay, no worries. We kind of want that, and we're going to sweat those vegetables for about 5 minutes so that the oil and the vegetables and everything can just fuse together and release all those beautiful flavors. And then we're going to mix it around. You can see that it's starting to soften and slightly caramelize. We're going to add back in our chicken pieces with any juices that have dropped to the bottom of the bowl. Then we're going to mix it around, and we're going to go ahead and add in the perfect amount of water because we don't want to have to thicken the gravy, but we want enough for it to cook. So we mix that around, and we add in some bay leaves, and then we add in some Scotch Bonnet peppers. It depends on how much heat you like. I like to add in 2, but I would say at least 1 because you do want to give it just a little bit of a kick, but be careful of course. So we're going to mix that around, pop the pot lid back on, and then we're going to cook on a medium-high heat for about 10 minutes. And then after this time, a lot of the seasoning has started to cook out. It's going to smell and taste quite flavorful, but we want to prep the gravy and just add in a little bit more to give it a bit of body. So we're adding in some gravy, garlic paste, ginger paste, and a bit more ground pimento, and then molasses. It's got a deep, rich flavour, and it really adds a little bit of sweetness, but it's not just the sweetness of brown sugar, it's like the flavour of molasses to the dish. So beautiful. And then we want to leave that again on a medium-high heat for about 20 minutes. And then after this time, it is actually cooked. Remember, this is chicken. Oh, sorry, you can see that my pepper actually burst, so I had to take that bad boy out because it was going to be super spicy, and then that scallion and all the thyme was getting in the way. But as I was saying, this is chicken, it's not goat, it's not oxtail, so it doesn't take a long time to cook, and you don't want it to be trashy, you don't want it to cook out. So anywho's, we're now ready to serve, and on a Sunday is usually when I have stewed chicken, so we've got it with rice and peas. Please remember to check out my rice and peas video, which I will link for you guys. Some fried plantain, a bit of salad on the side, and you can see that the chicken is looking juicy, the gravy has body, it's got depth, it's rich, oh, it's so good, and we didn't have to thicken it with anything, it's just perfect. So this is just me enjoying as per usual. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Check me out on all my social media, and I shall see you guys next time. Mwah!